What? No, I'm just
Write it, read it,
spitballing
scan
here.
it, upload it.
It worked. Okay, wait, no, I'm clicking the wrong thing now. Damn it! Hi, everyone.
Unzip
Welcome. Welcome.
Hello!
I hope you guys are having a
Welcome. Welcome.
great and fantastic day. I'm just pasting that there so I can actually make sure that this is functional. Yes, it should be. It is. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Awesome Hardware. This is a live show Kyle and I do. We talk about technology, computers, computer parts, as well as just any random stuff that happens to pop into our heads that we think might be interesting.
Boobs.
We stream every Tuesday evening, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We stream to twitch.tv/awesomehardware. The whole show, unedited and unfettered. Unfettered.
All I
can
care
have
about
either
right
one.
now is which one's mine.
Either one is fine. Your pick. And we also stream to our YouTube channels. We already finished the first half of this show, episode 177A, which is on Kyle's channel. That's linked in the description, so if you missed it, you can go watch that. Talked about many interesting things, and we critiqued many computers. We did Pimp My PC hardcore. Big-ass Pimp My PC.
We did.
Quick warning, we drink alcohol in the show, in moderation. Feel free to join us
Juice.
if you can do so legally and responsibly, of course.
Nectar of the gods.
And we occasionally use adult language, so
Taxes.
be forewarned of that.
Property tax.
We
Homeowners insurance.
don't want to offend anyone. Kyle's just moved into a new house, can you tell?
the adult
Hey,
terms that we're
yes,
throwing around these
so
days. Oh, they're hitting hard.
adds a lot to it.
Oh, God. I feel your pain now, bro. I feel your pain.
All right, so before we get too far,
Oh, my God, that scared the crap out of me.
Sorry.
Hero literally just licked my elbow.
here it is.
I don't know if it's hard to believe, but I don't have my elbow licked randomly often.
I mean,
so
but
when it
it's
happens,
but it's pleasant.
It gives me a jump.
It's pleasant here.
It's shocking at first and then pleasant. It's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah,
First it's sour and then it's sweet.
and he has a very big tongue, but it's soft.
Yeah, right.
Soft.
And I almost feel it feels very a very cold, wet nose too.
Everyone say hi to Hero. My
Hero.
dog.
He's the mascot of Awesome Hardware.
All right.
And he's very drooly. Don't drool on me.
If you'd like to help buy Hero some dog food, because it does trickle down that way, that helps. Feel free to shop on my store, paulshardware.net. For my store, you can buy shirts, mugs, pint glasses, other paraphernalias. They're all real high quality, and you get yourself some merch. You help support the channel. It's a good thing. Kyle's store is bitwit.tech/store. He also has merchandise. If you're perusing the Awesome Hardware merch, a lot of these designs were submitted by fans, by the way.
Heyo.
J. Ted did this one. If you buy Awesome Hardware merch, the proceeds are split between us, so feel free to order from either of our stores. And we, of course, thank you muchly.
Thank you
for
kindly
helping
muchly.
to support us in that way, and we will shout out your name, Johnson, toward the end of this half of the show. But we will give a big thanks to people who bought stuff while we are live.
Word
Of course,
up.
you can buy stuff whenever, but if you happen to buy while we're live, then you get a special thanks from us. Whoa!
Oh, whoa, God. Why is this playing right now?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Because your volume's
Nope, it's gone.
not off.
Gone forever.
One last quick note before we dive into some tech news. Steve, our friend from Gamers Nexus, has been promoting donations. If you donate and you tweet about it, tweet something positive. We've been challenged to, put our money where our mouth is, I guess, to some degree. Steve's donation went to EdenProjects.org. Kyle and I have also made a donation there. They plant trees around the world, and it's a great charity to donate to. Of course, Steve is encouraging people to donate to any charity that you might happen to feel like donating to, as long as it's a good one. Only good charities.
Donate to all the bad charities out there.
Yes. And I was gonna
Satanists.
I was gonna try to pull up Steve's thing, but I'm behind the times here. There's a game. Oh, dog.
Oh!
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Now I don't know. Now I know why you don't have a DIY or any kind of security system in your home.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. In an attempt to get our audio back up to snuff on our show, I've switched back to the overhead mics, but those also pick up the dogs a lot when they happen to freak out. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's been fixed now. Point being...
Small technical error.
Yes, point being, Gamers Nexus, Steve. I don't know. Go follow them on Twitter. Twitter.com/Gamers
And YouTube.
Nexus. YouTube too. Yes. So yeah, we all donated. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. He was telling me how many trees we are gonna plant now.
He said it costs this organization anywhere from 10 cents to 35 cents to plant a tree. So with the amount that we donated, which I donated 1,000, you donated 1,337, which is beautiful.
It was elite. It was an old school lead speak reference.
Which means
most people don't know what that means.
Which means we donated thousands of trees. We contributed to thousands of trees being planted. Which means thousands of jobs.
Eden Reforestation Project has a total cost per tree of 10 cents to 35 cents, depending on the region.
What did I say?
That counts the salaries and administration fees and everything for the trees that are planted, but not just the trees, the cost of the trees planting, but the people who are planting them and everything, because there's an infrastructure there. So that puts me at 13,337 trees planted. Or if they're doing mangroves, which they do in Madagascar,
mangroves.
3,800 mangroves.
So sexist.
That's so many mangroves.
I think the SJWs are triggered right now. Why aren't they women groves or they groves?
Mangroves are awesome. They provide a bunch of a very important. They're trees that usually they're along shorelines, right offshore.
Okay.
And they grow up out of the water, so you can kind of see their roots going down into the water. So a lot of
that's cool.
I don't know. I don't want to say tropical, subtropical. I don't want to say anything botany related right now because I'm not sure about
beach trees.
But yeah, waves that come in, like the waves are kind of baffled by them, so it calms that down, so it prevents erosion of the shoreline. So they're really important in a lot of places.
Very helpful.
Okay.
Nature.
Yes, I have.
That's super cool.
Spider fan, by the way. Shout out to Spider fan, modding in chat. Thanks for being here today, man.
Heyo.
As well as, of course, Cell Processing, our longtime moderator. I have like a little bit of tree knowledge, but my older sister, she's actually like.
Oh yeah.
She knows trees.
Yeah.
She's all about the trees.
She's all about the trees.
Yeah. She Anyway. I was gonna tell you like what her job is and stuff, but I haven't talked to her about that, and I have no idea if she wants me sharing that out. She has a really cool job that's related to trees, and it's not weed related for anyone who's thinking that right now. You jerks.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
then now I'm very curious as to why it wouldn't be.
You know what her job is. No, you.
No, I don't. If I did, maybe I did, and I forgot, but I have no idea. I know it's just you're talking about instantly.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, sure.
That's cool. All right, let's talk about some tech news. We actually do have a bit of that today. The MSI GTX 1660 Ti Gaming X had an unboxing video appear on YouTube for it. Yes, earlier today. The video, as you can maybe tell, has been removed. But the source of the video
Channel's been
was
copyrighted.
PC Gamer.
Oh, it's PC Gamer.
No, it wasn't PC Gamer. It was PC Gamer from a different region. Wait, where? I need to. I'm sorry, PC World. PC World. My bad. PC World.
Whoa.
Bulgaria.
Big distinction there, Paul.
PC World Bulgaria uploaded an unboxing video of MSI's GTX 1660 Ti Gaming X graphics card to their YouTube channel.
Word.
Now, for the record, we have talked about the possible existence of a 1660 Ti on our show because there have been some rumors bouncing around.
There have.
Speculation as to what the name may or may not be.
Indeed.
If you believe that this is true, not that you could watch the video anymore, but there are some screen caps from this article on overclock3d.net, which is linked in the description, by the way, of said graphics card. Now that right there, that couldn't be anything other than a 1660 Ti.
Irrefutable proof.
There's the backplate,
Evidence.
right? I mean,
That does look like a backplate, Paul.
1660 Ti.
I can confirm.
Now, realistically speaking, though, the actual video has a bunch of other stuff, like turning the graphics card over, taking it out of the box itself. Appears very convincing that there is a 1660 Ti that exists.
What do you think? Do you think it's fake?
Let's hold off on that before we say whether or not we think it's fake.
I sense a sword fight coming up.
Let's talk about. No, there's no sword fight. Why are you?
Oh.
I mean, that would have been a great pitch for a later sword fight, but we're not doing sword fight today.
Sorry. Jumped the
No,
gun there.
that's good. Though. but next week maybe.
Hey.
Everyone subscribe.
Hashtag stay tuned.
All right. So what can be derived from this video? What can we learn about the graphics card from what was shown? Assuming, of course, it is true. 1. It's a GTX card, not an RTX card, which seems to
No ray tracing.
validate the rumors that they're going to go with a GTX or go back to the GTX nomenclature for their lower end graphics cards. Also, the box that they showed does not show any RTX features listed for the graphics card. So ray tracing, as well as DLSS or deep learning super sampling, which is the artificial intelligence enhanced DLSS thing, which according to recent reviews of the update to Battlefield 5 that has that enabled, aren't
It's not there yet.
aren't blowing people away so far. But instead, the box referenced Turing shaders. So the assumption there is that there are no RT cores or tensor cores in here. You just got the Turing shaders. So you've got the updates of the Turing GPU architecture, which are good. But you don't have those little extra things that they added on with the RTX series.
Which is fine.
Which
for most people.
maybe you're happy about because you don't care about any of those things because there really haven't been very many compelling actual examples of those put to good use.
Are we closer to confirming what kind of performance we can get out of this card? What card is this closest to? Where is it positioned?
That's still remains difficult to say, Kyle, because really the video itself was just an unboxing video. There were no performance numbers or anything. We're still mainly relying on rumors and early information about that. So who knows? If they're calling it a 1660 Ti and the 2060 has already launched for $350, I would expect it to be something like a GTX 1060 replacement because that's all that's really left if you go below the 1070, which has been replaced by the 2060. And in that case, it would probably cost $200 to $300 because that's what the 2060 or that's what the 1060 has cost.
Is it just me? Isn't this like the weirdest naming scheme though? If it is
Yeah.
1660.
Let's see. You're getting ahead. Hold on.
Sorry.
Let's talk about the name again in just a sec.
Just
Other information about the card that can be derived from these pictures supposedly. There's an 8-pin graphics power connector. I mean that there's some significance there. The display outputs are also shown, not in these pictures here, but they were shown in the video. There's 3 DisplayPort 1.4 outputs and 1 HDMI 2.0B output, which means no support for virtual links, so it doesn't have that little Type-C connector for that. Also no DVI-D connectors, although an HDMI to DVI adapter will work just fine for anyone who needs DVI-D connectivity, or just a DVI cable to HDMI cable from your monitor. But I mean, sometimes that's a consideration for more budget graphics cards and people who are using older monitors. Other than that though, it's got GTX instead of RTX branding on the box. It's a Twin Frozen 7 cooler. The design looks exactly the same as the MSI RTX 2060 Gaming X. As you mentioned though, Kyle, 1660 Ti. Who are they trying to fool here? My opinion, this is a plant. This is obviously a hoax. AMD probably put this all together. Usually that's where this stuff originates.
I'm listening.
Yeah, AMD, they mocked up the card, threw it out there. They're trying to throw shade to conflict with NVIDIA to make them look bad.
NVIDIA versus NVIDIA?
Well, no, that's because AMD has the RX 590, which is
Right.
probably way better than whatever this is. Not that this is a thing, because it's probably fake, and AMD made AMD faked it.
So what you're saying is AMD has no cards good enough to rival any equivalent NVIDIA cards, so they created an inferior NVIDIA card so that they would seemingly have a superior response to it.
You hit the nail on the head there, Kyle. That's exactly what I'm talking
Sounds
about.
legit. I think it checks out.
Of course, you could also follow that up with the fact that there's some Zotac GeForce GTX 16 Ti Amp Edition with twin fan.
AMD's really on it. They're really
also that have
playing
been
it up.
So obviously, wow, yeah, you know, they've been very thorough here. These are not real pictures, though. These are...
I gotta say, Paul,
I can tell from these pictures these are just renders.
the fact that they're having multiple ad and board partners in on this makes it seem like this is a coordinated harassment campaign.
That does kind of strike me as potentially a coordinated harassment campaign.
Pretty sure.
Harassment. There's those video outs, though.
They're
the DisplayPort
There they be.
1.4s in the HDMI 2.0B.
With no Type-C.
You can tell it's a B because of all that. There's also the non-amp version, which sucks. Why would you buy that when there's the amp version?
Who doesn't want to be amped?
You stupid consumer.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
There it is, though. The 1660 Ti, obviously not a thing. Moving on.
Moving on.
Oops, I double pressed the button.
Here we go.
Here's a WCCF Tech article about AMD's Ryzen 3000 CPUs. Not just that, though. Also Radeon Navi GPUs. X570 motherboards with PCI Express 4.0.
What?
We got a launch date. We know when these are launching now.
Say what?
Maybe. This is a rumor. We should specify that.
It's a WCCF Tech
There's
article.
Lisa Su. This is obviously a render of Lisa Su.
Yeah. She's a hologram now.
Point being, though,
Puts on a great show.
so here's the deal. AMD very proud of their 7nm technology, which they should be. I feel like
Sure.
Part of the reason they named the Radeon 7 was to specifically point out, hey guys, 7nm architecture.
Bitches. Yeah.
7nm manufacturing process, I should say. Even though it was still Vega architecture,
Right.
and even though the performance was kind of like, it's all right. But 7nm GPU that they have now launched,
Yeah.
even though it's sold out everywhere. Point being, they have new 7nm stuff coming out really soon. We got Ryzen 3000 series. Those are CPUs. There's going to be different variants of them made for mobile systems. But the desktop ones are what we are excited about. These were shown and teased at CES this year, and they're based on 7nm manufacturing process. Use little chiplets.
Yeah.
Very cute little 8-core chiplets. Potentially could put
Cute
two
little
of
monsters.
Put two of them on one of the little substrate packages that they showed off.
Cores, baby.
So up to 16 cores per single CPU on the mainstream platform. That's pretty badass.
I like
But 7nm for that. Also the new Navi architecture, which is 7nm, but not just like Vega shrunk down to 7nm, which the Radeon 7 was, but actually designed specifically for 7nm
like
with a
native.
completely new architecture.
Yeah.
So, you know, potentially to not be disappointing like
Yeah.
Vega and Radeon 7 were.
Right.
So 7, right? 7?
777.
So what's the best time to launch something very 7-based? 7/7.
Oh, on the 7th month of the year, on the 7th day.
Yes, exactly. July 7th is when this WCCF Tech article speculates that the launch will be of this, and this is all based on rumors from a Red Gaming Tech article, which is linked in this article if you guys want to read both of them.
Too bad it's not
Who
9.
said that the information came from a very reliable source. So if you trust Red Gaming Tech and their very reliable source, then maybe AMD's awesome new stuff will be launching on July 7th. Reasonable. I mean, if you're looking at it objectively, there's some reasonable. You know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. So it does seem like a viable rumor.
Right.
For instance, when Ryzen 2 launched last year, they announced it at Computex in June, and then it actually launched about 2 months later in August. So them potentially announcing Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 3000 series with Zen 2, and then launching it maybe about a month later in July, also doesn't seem too crazy or outside the realm of possibility.
Sure.
There is sort of a maybe, possibly timeline linked in the article too. This was actually put together by planet3dnow.de. But here you can see in Q1 we've got the Ryzen 3000 stuff on APUs coming out from the mobile for mobile space. And then in Q2 we have the 3000 series for desktop coming out, Picasso, which I would actually be somewhat excited about to see what they're doing when it comes to the graphics integrated there.
Definitely.
Oh, sorry. Dogs.
Damn dags.
Sorry about that. My wife is home. And then in June we got Epic 2, so that might be what they actually show at Computex on the server space. And then July Ryzen 3000, August Threadripper 3000. All very exciting things. Following up to that, the Navi side of it, the GPU side, it would be really cool if they were able to launch both of those at the same time. But there have also been recent rumors about Navi being delayed, possibly until October. Since these are all rumors, you have to say, is one rumor more accurate than the other rumor? And we can't really confirm or deny that for you guys, but there it is. Maybe
you have the facts.
Maybe things will be happening.
Yeah.
In any event, I'm pretty sure we will be getting
samples.
Samples, hopefully. But we will be getting Zen 2 this year, mid-year. So so cool. All right.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All right.
To look forward to.
Let's move on. EE Times here has an article about bad photoresists, which are costing TSMC $550 million. That's a lot.
Wow.
TSMC, if you guys aren't familiar, is the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation. They have fabs. They have multiple fabs.
Super fab.
And they actually are the ones who who manufacture chips, like graphics chips, GPUs. They do CPUs. They do a bunch of different stuff there. This article is about them stating that they're reducing their forecast for Q1 of 2019 based on this photoresist problem.
What's that photoresist thing about?
So photoresist is it's a photoreactive layer. It responds to light. I don't want to try to explain it further than that because I probably get it wrong. But it's used in various manufacturing processes.
Okay.
Yeah. The TSMC itself scrapped a bunch of wafers after using substandard photoresist at one of the largest fabs, which is 14B in Tainan, which is in southern Taiwan. This affected their production of 12 and 16 nanometer wafers, where they make chips for customers, which include MediaTek, HiSilicon, and NVIDIA. That's the main reason I'm bringing this up. I mean, as far as it associates to us. As a result, they cut $550 million, or about 7% from their previous forecast of $7.4 billion for revenue for the first quarter of 2019. This is TSMC's second disruption along these lines in less than 6 months. Back in August of 2018, they spent 3 days doing nothing after newly installed equipment was infected with the WannaCry virus. So that's sort of unrelated, but just associated in the effect that it prevented them from continuing to produce wafers with integrated circuits on them. This particular delay is estimated to have caused them to have scrapped as many as 30,000 wafers, which is quite a few. But the report said that, however, given that NVIDIA downgraded November to January sales guidance on the 28th of January, and demand for Chinese smartphones has been weak since November, wafer inventories are high, which should cover the shortfall. Basically, it's saying that this happened at a good time because Nvidia's already overstocked, and you know they've been taking some losses. They haven't been performing as well as they expected, as well as some other factors in China. So there you go. Although they did specifically talk about Nvidia there, TSMC did not name affected customers, so we can't specifically say, you know, this has affected Nvidia's, you know, the fabrication of Nvidia GPUs.
How many of those 30,000 wafers were allocated for Nvidia versus the other companies?
We don't know, and we can't say for sure, and it may be that it was, and maybe that it wasn't. All we know is that their affected customers, they have worked out replacement and delivery schedules with each of their affected customers.
Do we know how many chips are on a wafer on average?
It depends on the size of the wafer itself, because those have different sizes, and then the actual, depending on the architecture of the chip that's being designed, that has a specific size as well.
Is there
it varies based on that.
Is there like a general range? Are you talking hundreds or thousands?
I don't know. I couldn't say off the top of my head. I'd be cool if I could, though. I feel very special if I could do that. If you guys are curious, when it comes to 12 nanometer, 16 nanometer TSMC manufacturing process, the NVIDIA GTX 10 series GPUs are 16 nanometer TSMC. That includes the 1060 on up to the 1080 Ti, as well as the Titan X and Titan XP. For 12 nanometer, that's the RTX 20 series. So basically all of the RTX cards that are out right now, which may have been affected by this. I would speculate a lesser chance that the 10 series was affected because I believe they stopped producing those. But there is a possibility, I would think maybe that the RTX series was affected. But as the article mentions, and as we've kind of talked about, the RTX series hasn't been selling that well. They haven't been doing that great. So when it comes to something that might affect cost or whatever, I would speculate maybe it wouldn't, simply because they've already got inventory out there that's not really selling. You know, it's selling but not super fast. So there you go. Anyway, moving on. YouTube has completely changed their revamped their strike system.
YouTube.
All because of Kyle. This is Kyle's fault. He did it. They responded.
I am an influencer. After all.
I influence people.
Yeah, I know. That's what I do. This is how it is.
Yeah, all right, so to be clear, if you guys have been following any of the tech YouTube drama over the past week, chances are that did not affect this at all. This is most likely something that has been in the works, and speculating here, but maybe due to the upcoming potential changes in the EU. All that said, YouTube is revamping its strike system, and if you're not familiar with what its strike system is, YouTube allows anyone to upload videos to the internet. YouTube is under some obligation to make sure that their service isn't hosting copyrighted or offensive material. When it comes to copyrighted material in particular, if something is uploaded that a copyright holder feels is egregious or steps over the line in terms of preventing the copyright holder from, I don't know, there's legal terms around this. It all goes back to the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and what's called a takedown notice. And this is what happened to Kyle just in the past week. The Verge did it.
That's why this sounds all familiar.
To him.
Yeah.
Kyle fortunately had his strike lifted. The Verge did do that. Credit to them for that. They shouldn't have done the strike in the first place. But we should clarify here that a strike or a DMCA takedown is different from what is known as a content ID, a copyright claim. So YouTube has an automated system that will look at videos and be like, all right, this matches with, you know, a song we have or something like that.
It's all automated.
Content ID, and then that might do a claim on a video, and a claim on a video just means that the revenue from that video gets rerouted to the claim holder. Anyway, point being here, we're talking about the strike system.
It's more serious.
They've changed it. What's different? And and there's a YouTube page about this. Their actual announcement on YouTube on their creator blog. All right, so you now get a one-time warning.
You get a firm talking to and
yes,
shake of the hand.
So Kyle, if what happened to you was in a month or two in the future, rather than having a strike issued on your channel, you would have gotten a one-time warning. The video in question would have been taken down.
But I wouldn't have got the strike immediately.
You wouldn't have had immediately gotten the strike, but it's a one-time warning, which means that after that one thing had happened, even though it's been pretty well demonstrated at this point that you were in the right and that was not a legitimate strike.
Right.
And here's a good question.
Yeah.
It was they withdrew it.
So do I reset the warning?
Yeah, would the warning reset?
Yeah.
Now to be clear here, it's good that a content creator, somebody posting content to YouTube would have the opportunity to get a warning about something that they're posting, because as the creator blog post themselves says, like 98% of you like are totally cool,
in the clear,
like are totally fine with this and never violate stuff.
Right.
So yeah, one-time warning. I guess it's nice that it's there, whereas it wasn't before. But again, it's a one-time warning, so it just feels like something that could be burnt up spuriously, potentially.
Yeah, right.
And then you go to the new strike system.
Yeah.
All right. New strike system. For the first strike you get, there is an immediate 1-week freeze on your ability to upload any new content to YouTube. That includes live streaming, that includes videos, that includes stories, and that includes posts. As far as I know, that is everything that you can possibly...
all YouTube activity.
Yeah, all YouTube activity.
You don't have YouTube for a week. You're banned from YouTube for a week.
1 week freeze, including live streaming and other channel activities. The second strike in a 90-day period, so you would have to do repeated stuff within the same time frame, would be a 2-week freeze on the ability to upload or post any new content.
Yeah.
And then the third strike is channel termination, as it has been in the past.
Right.
So first strike prior to now has caused the channel to not be able to live stream. That was one of the complaints I guess they got, was like, well, if somebody's posting videos and they get a strike, you're penalizing their ability to live stream. It's kind of not necessarily associated.
Right.
But whatever.
This doesn't seem like a great solution to me, because I feel like what should really happen is the creator who's being, like potentially striked or having their content flagged, they should have the right to dispute it or request a retraction of proposed strike before the warning is ever issued. For example, you don't issue a warning unless there's something to be warned of. So there's a lot of questions here with the new system. Exactly how liberal are they going to be with issuing these warnings? Do we have a chance to defend ourselves before a warning is ever issued out, or is a warning just another like pre-strike that we don't have a chance to defend ourselves with before it's carried out? Because otherwise it's just prolonging the inevitable, which is the current system that it already is. So I think at the end of the day, there needs to be more communication between YouTube, between the plaintiff and the creator who created the work. There needs to be more communication initially before any action is taken, whether that action be a strike or a warning. Because now, like, a warning is kind of like the new strike in a way. Yeah, it doesn't take away any privileges, but I can easily see creators now getting warnings when they shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, there should, make it a open forum.
I think we need more clarification on whether the warning can actually be reset in whatever circumstance, right? Because a warning is a good thing. You should and that's what a lot of people have said. Give me a warning first. Let me know that something has been done that's outside of what should have been done. Give me the chance to fix it or whatever. So if that warning can be rolled back, if you dispute it in the same way that you would dispute a strike, and then that warning can be reset so it goes back to normal.
Right.
Then I think that's a reasonable improvement over the existing system.
Yes.
If that warning can be spuriously burnt up by somebody who's like, I didn't like the stuff that you said about my website.
Right.
Strike.
Yeah.
And my legal team go after you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, this is a bunch of BS. And YouTube's like, you're right, it's BS.
Right.
Is your warning still gone?
That's the core question.
That's
Is
what it
this
comes
new
down to.
policy, is this new change still subject to abuse? Does this cure the abuse, or is it still subject to the same abuse that we've been experiencing for the last week?
Because that you get a warning buffer once it's burned up, exposes you to what is now a more harsh
worse
penalty system than what existed before.
Yeah.
So hopefully YouTube will clarify that.
I'd like there to be some punishment for people who issue fraudulent strikes against channels. Like,
and that is
why isn't that
the
equally, if not more so, punishable?
That is the thing that a lot of us have been saying should happen, is if somebody uses the DMCA takedown procedure erroneously, or
has a history of that,
or something
it's
like
a repeatable type of offense.
If they're abusing that, then they should have some sort of penalty.
Yeah.
You know, they shouldn't be able to do it anymore, or something like that. And we'll see if that actually ever happens. Who knows? But anyway, only other thing to mention here is that they said they will also now be more clear about communicating what caused the strike. So if you got your email that was like, you have a strike on your channel now, there'd be more information there. It's not specific what additional information you'll be provided, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
I look forward to the next strike against
when somebody
my channel
gets struck
to find out.
Yes. All right. One last story to talk about here. This one's brief. It's just a new product, which has a high watt. It's a power supply. It's a high wattage power supply from ENERMAX.
Those are essential.
The MAXREVO 1800 watts.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is a lot of wattage.
Look at all the modular connectors on the back of that.
Mass wattage.
The MAXREVO 1800 is an 1800 watt power supply with peak power up to 1900 watts.
Damn.
Yeah. Housing depth is only 180 millimeters.
80 plus diamond.
These pictures are super small. It's actually only 80 plus gold. That was one thing that I kind of was like, what?
That is
I would have expected a super high-end power supply like this to be platinum.
That is maybe there's a thing
whatever.
where if like you go to this wattage, it's impossible to get.
Probably has something.
Maybe.
It's probably a trade-off with the size of the housing, because that's one of the things they specifically said was like, yeah, there's other high wattage power supplies like this, but none of them have a 180 millimeter housing. They're usually like 220 or 230 or something like that.
Gotcha.
So maybe. It features a high-performance transformer, a high-density PCB, and FMQ topology. Not that I know what that means. FMQ. It's
For the mucking.
for your mother.
Feather mucking quilts.
Yes.
Topology.
6 powerful 12-volt rails, 12 PCIe connectors. There's a turbo switch with a 3100 RPM max fan, and it's 80 plus gold rated. Not just only 80 plus gold rated, but also 80 plus 230 volt EU gold rated.
So for Europe.
Because honestly, if you actually want to get 1800 or 1900 watts out of this power supply, you certainly won't be using it in the United States, where we have a 115 volt power delivery system for normal power. You need 230 volt power delivery for your 1800 watt connection. If you're in the US and you connect this power supply up to a 115 volt outlet, you'll get 1600 watts out of it. So there you go. It's got a 10-year warranty. It's available in late February 2019, and no price has been listed, so probably, I don't know, $300. Usually like $300 what they charge for something like this.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's a lot of money.
All right.
That's a lot of power. So much power.
That's all we got for the tech news today.
Hey.
We're gonna round out this half of the show with some Q&As.
Cool.
So we're gonna answer some questions.
All right.
And also give some Johnson shoutouts.
All right.
In just a few brief moments.
I can start with the donations on my half.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So anyone who donated on my half, thank you very much. We'll start with Michael Ferrari. I hope that's your last name.
It's badass.
And you should be driving a Ferrari with that last name.
Super badass.
Mr. Ferrari, your Prius is ready. It just doesn't work. $4.99. Great show. Great name and donation. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferrari. I will just refer to you as Mr. Ferrari from now on. Robert F., $6.66. Rock on, brother. Welcome back, Kyle. So glad you're back, and how level-headed you have handled the whole thing, the whole strike thing. Thanks, Robert. I feel like you could blow up the situation. At times, I was blowing up internally, but it does matter how you present yourself when you have an audience and it's all going out for the world to see. I think the main point was just spreading awareness and trying to ensure that this doesn't happen again to my fellow friends and creators, anyone else who abides by fair use. So thank you very much. Bazinga X, $5. Welcome back, Kyle. Need to get used to seeing you without glasses. You should sue The Verge. After all, you did not do the video. Lyle did. That is true. My brother has gotten me in a lot of trouble lately, and it should be addressed, perhaps, in a future video. Maybe Kyle and Lyle will finally meet in a single, solitary scene for you all to witness. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that joining of two madmen will eventually grace the screen, if you're lucky enough.
That'd be cool. I'd watch that.
I'm sure you would.
You guys actually, touch, and then there's, this...
It was like a Dragon Ball Z thing where
some energy explosion or something like that happened.
we turn Super Saiyan or something.
Exactly.
Or super racist. Daryl May, $10. Hey guys, what do you guys think about the Linus thing with Carrie? Any thoughts? I think he might be referring to the Carrie Holzman debacle that I briefly caught.
I don't think that's what they're talking about.
No, the copyright, the claims that he got on his videos, right? I saw that video from Linus.
Oh, was it Carrie specifically?
Yes. Well, that's what people in the comments are speculating. I know it's probably not wise to go based off of comments.
His video where he talked about addressing the drama, this one?
Yes. Someone linked a video to Carrie Holzman's video.
Was that Carrie Holzman's video?
Yes.
Carrie
Holzman apparently got 7 different copyright ID claims on his videos that were all from Linus Tech Tips.
Oh, I didn't know it was Carrie.
It was Carrie Holzman.
Oh, okay.
I watched his live stream and everything.
Okay.
But apparently those were automated from YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I think the live stream from Carrie was kind of like a burn piece on Linus. Like, how could he do it? Like, he was definitely pretty harsh on Linus, when in reality it seemed like this was all just YouTube's broken automated system that we've heard countless times of being just really shitty. So it was a big miscommunication that also put Linus under a lot of heat that he addressed in that video you just pointed out.
Yeah.
Cleared up a lot of things. Linus is always very good to never mention any names, which kind of made it a little bit more confusing at first, but I eventually saw the Carrie Holzman video and was like, oh, okay, this is probably what he was talking about. Apparently there were some other people involved, other creators involved who had gotten striked by YouTube in regards to copywriting Linus Tech Tips videos that LTT had no hand in, according to Linus. So that's what Linus was addressing. So
okay, because I know it was something about Unigine Heaven benchmark footage from a Linus video.
Oh.
That had been content ID'd.
Oh, wow.
Into other videos. So it was just anyone who's running the Unigine Heaven benchmark, suddenly the YouTube content ID system thought that belonged to Linus and was flagging other videos.
It says a lot about how the algorithm thinks.
So, based on what you're saying, and hopefully all of this is accurate, but Carrie, from his perspective, getting getting copyright claims from someone like Linus would understandably be upset.
Sure.
This would probably have been a good situation, though, going back to hey, you should have contacted them first.
Right.
He maybe could have done something like that. Yeah. I don't know what avenue of communication he has open with Linus, because not everyone can just be like, hey, Linus, and get a response.
Linus,
but Linus at the same time, if this is all automated stuff that's happening in the background, probably had no idea that any of this was going on until it was brought to his attention by this scandal video or whatever. So, anyway.
Yeah. It's just there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. ask first, less response and more communication, I think. When you put a video out there for the world to see, it just sends off this whole, like, we live in a weird world now where, like, you make a video, you can post it from your phone, whatever, while you're in your car, and, like, the world sees it, and it just fucking, explodes. Like, just reach out to people first, Like, think about what you're posting and how it could affect someone. Like, Linus employs 20-something people, you could have...
That was actually one of the funny things about it, because at least from the Linus video that I watched, was he has multiple channels. He was getting content claims on Tech Quickie from Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah, and that's the other lesson to be learned, is that the YouTube system is broken, and if you see something that you're copyright ID'd or content ID'd from a different channel, like, it might not be from that channel. It might just be YouTube screwing up, because YouTube is overwhelmed with content that they can't manually review everything at the moment, and so they try to automate everything, and we're not quite there yet. Automation fucks everything up, and people blame other people for it when it's really just automation, and it just causes all this madness. So I don't know. Think twice before you upload anything. Ask people, talk, communicate. Communication, hashtag communication. It's just communication. No one's communicating. Everyone's just doing, acting. And also, it's like, and the other fucked up thing is that, like, YouTube also kind of glamorizes, like, the drama, YouTube really glamorizes drama. Like, you see drama videos, like, on top 10 trending all the time. And, like, I feel like that's just become part of the YouTube culture. It's not about content. It's about, like, the most shock and awe. It's like, like, oh, wow, I could create this burn piece on this big content creator, this notable figure, this VIP, and get, like, views at the same time. It's like a twofold, and I get all the support from my followers and whatever. It's like, it's really crazy. It's weird when you think about it. Like, YouTube's kind of created this own culture that also kind of burns itself, and people are falling into it without really thinking first. They're just like, views and ad revenue, and I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. That's a lot of time on one comment. All right, let's see. Anthony, $5. I'm sitting in the hospital with pneumonia, watching two of my favorites live. Glad all this Verge stuff is blowing over. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks, Anthony.
I'm glad it's all blown over too. I would love to be putting it behind me now.
I hope your pneumonia gets better.
Yeah, pneumonia is serious stuff.
Soon.
So hopefully you've got some good doctors looking after you. But thank you very much for your donation. You don't have to do that. MB67, $13.37. As always, Kyle and Wifey Sauce. Here's a little something for the move. Cheers. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Houses, being a homeowner, as Paul can probably attest to, is a pure time and money sink. It's just a big-ass money pit. So, yeah, any bit helps. Of course, we're totally fine, but we appreciate the gesture. Thank you very much, MB. Hope you're doing well. Not an NPC, $4.99. Just want to fangirl one more time about Kyle driving behind me the other week. LOL. What? I couldn't believe my eyes. Oh, yes. B Boulevard, Beach Boulevard.
Beach Boulevard?
Also known as horrible traffic. Yes, I did see this. I think it was maybe a tweet. Someone was like, first I saw someone driving an Audi, and I was like, hey, that's like, or I'm sorry, I saw someone in my rearview mirror behind me, and I was like, that looks like Kyle from Bitwit. Wouldn't it be funny if he was driving an Audi? And I pulled up further, and I was like, it is an Audi. Is that Kyle from Bitwit? Oh my god, that's Kyle from Bitwit.
It was?
Which is really funny. I didn't notice or see anything. I didn't see anyone, like, wave to me or anything. I've never had anyone wave to me or stop me in a car while driving and be like, hey, I'm a fan. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, Beach Boulevard, that's right around where my grandparents live. So that is where I used to live as of last week.
Somebody said hi to me in IKEA the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I feel bad because I wasn't expecting it. No, I wasn't expecting it, so I feel like I might have acted more awkward, which didn't improve the situation. but thank you, dude, who said hi to me in IKEA. It was nice of you. I hope I didn't seem too awkward.
Did you hide under the Swedish meatballs?
Yeah.
Juan Carr, $10. Here's to the new move and to someone who creates #something positive. Why, thank you very much, Juan Carlo. If you have any more desire to do something positive, please, on the next show, instead of donating to us, feel free to donate to a charity of your choice, or maybe the Eden Reforestation Project.
Reforestation.
Reforestation.
Exactly.
Reforestation. I always throw that extra syllable there. But thank you very much, Juan. I appreciate it. New member, welcome Cell Processing.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, Cell.
Thanks, Cell.
But thank you very much for being a new member here, Cell.
I don't know.
You know, you've really worked your way up the ladder from being a new member as of 10 seconds ago to being a moderator for the show.
Yep.
I think we can all take a page out of your book.
I'm impressed.
I am super impressed. Juan Carlo, okay, that's the same thing. Sal, you apparently copy-pasted the same donation twice, and for that, you're fired. And you are now an old member. You went from new member to old member in about 13 seconds, and for that, you should be proud of yourself, because that's probably a world record. Let's move on to the Diabetic Geek. $5, Masterbox Pro 5. Is this a good case for CPU liquid cooler? Masterbox Pro 5. I think that has water cooling mounts.
Fine.
Yeah, you can probably do a 240 in there. Easy.
That's the 5 Lite right there.
Oh yeah, the 5 Lite is I've been building that. I think for Pimp My Rig, actually.
Yeah.
It's not a bad case. Not a bad case. Yeah, why not? Just make sure you've got ample airflow there. Got some good static pressure fans. Good for the rads. Good for the fin stacks. Jonas, $50. Wow, Jonas, that's very generous of you. Thank you. Stay awesome, Kyle, and please give Lyle more screen time. Hashtag Rivstrong. Hashtag
Rivstrong.
It's Jonas, not Joannas. I would not have mistaken that for a bit. We live in America where we have a group of celebrities called the Jonas Brothers. People will yell at you if you don't know how to pronounce that name.
They're doing a reunion.
They are. Oh, well, we're going. Duh.
I don't,
It's an American thing.
trying to decide whether I should be embarrassed for the fact that I knew that.
You should be embarrassed. How do you know that they're doing a reunion?
It's just on Twitter or something, right? Has somebody tweeted about it?
But who do you follow on Twitter that...
It's just trends. It was just trends just showed up. There was nothing I could do about it. Damn it.
Oh, yeah, and Khloe Kardashian broke up with her boyfriend today. You know, alleged cheating
Oh, yeah?
suspicion. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, and I only know that because of Twitter trending. It's like even
trending?
as isolated as I'd like to be in our little... It probably is.
Jordan.
Right there.
Jordan
Khloe.
Khloe Kardashian
Tristan,
and Tristan Thompson
Jordan.
split up over cheating allegations, says TMZ.
Damn. See,
Should have covered that in our news segment.
oh, it could have... The only thing that could have...
Wow, and just like all
Patel.
of the top tweets are about this. That's just
Welcome to society.
disappointing.
It's so disappointing.
Disappoints me.
It's very sad. Very sad. Let's care about these vapid people's relationships. Let's move on to the next donation. Bazinga X, $20. Thank you very much. I hate you, Paul. I hate you, Paul, Jay, Greg, and Steve. Y'all motivated me to work on a project this year.
Oh.
Project Skynet, estimated to be $15 grand.
Hey,
I really send with love for y'all. I will tweet pictures. Will be done in 6 phases. Wow.
all right.
15 grand, 6-phase PC.
We need the
look
pictures.
forward to the day, Bazinga. Yeah, we need the pictures. Submit it to Pimp My PC. Maybe
Yeah,
next week.
you send us pictures.
We'll
Assuming the 6 phases conveniently line up with 6 awesome hardware episodes, we could probably do updates along
Yes.
the way or something like that.
Indeed.
For a $15,000 PC, I feel like that'd be worth it.
Oof.
People would want to see.
Oof. Can't
People
wait.
want to know what's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. 4 terabyte
Take a Bazinga.
NVMEs. King Griffith, $20. Can I get some help? I have an Asus RTX 2080 and it's not running the way it should on Rocket League. I get 40 FPS. All the game settings are set and my monitor is 240 hertz. I know nothing about PCs. This is my first build. Oh, you're getting really low performance in Rocket League,
That's strange. That's very strange. Because you're talking about 40 FPS.
It doesn't seem
Like
like a
if
VSync
you said
clock.
60 FPS, I'd be able to
It'd
put
be a VSync
VSyncs on.
Right.
40 FPS.
Are you using integrated graphics?
40 hertz monitor.
Are you using perhaps
That could be, Kyle.
I would double check to see. I don't know if there's a setting in Rocket League or maybe even just in your
Well,
BIOS.
no. If if he physically plugged, if he knows nothing about computers, if it's an Intel build in
plugged into his
particular,
motherboard, yeah.
and he just plugged his video out into the motherboard instead of the graphics card, it could possibly have defaulted to that as a video out. So
plug your video cable into your graphics card.
I hope that's the answer.
Because that'd be really easy.
That would explain the difference there.
Yeah.
And everything. Beyond that, you would maybe want to download the latest NVIDIA driver and do a clean installation of it.
Yeah.
If your drivers somehow got messed up when they're installing for the first time, you could download DDU or display driver uninstaller. You need to restart into safe mode with your computer to clean your drivers and then do a fresh install. So that might help out. But I think Kyle's explanation there is sounds like the most reasonable for what you're getting there, because 40 FPS you should be getting way more than that with an RTX 2080.
Yeah.
And that build.
Quick and easy fix, I think, though.
Yeah.
Good luck, King. Nathan Sams, 5 Canadiers, no comment, just the monies.
Thanks, Nate.
That's how we like it. We just
appreciate
no bullshit.
Your patronage.
Give me that money. Thanks, Nathan. Carl Bennett, $5. When is the best time to submit #PimpMyPC tweets? Do you accept submissions before the tweet goes out for Pimp My PC, like the day before? I usually don't, because I usually get a lot of submissions, so I'll usually only look at the ones that are submitted from the time that I tweet out that the submissions are now open to the time we start the show.
So your best bet to get on Pimp My PC is to follow Kyle on Twitter.
Yes.
And keep an eye on it on Tuesday.
Bitwit Kyle.
Because we usually don't do show planning prior to Tuesday.
Correct.
It can happen as early as 6 or 7 in the morning.
Yep.
Sometimes later in the day. And you just have to watch for Kyle, because when he's doing Pimp My PC, he'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm doing Pimp My PC," and he'll tweet it out.
Yeah.
And then you'll just be one of the people. You'll want to be one of the people to respond. And if I may give further advice, like, something should be wrong with your computer.
Yes. If you got a banging system, I won't pick it.
If your system's like, "Hey, everything's immaculate," like,
there's not much to critique.
What are we going to critique?
No material.
Now that said, now that I've said this information publicly, like, are we going to have a rash of people going in and like messing up their computers so that they can specifically get on?
You can generally tell. I can tell sometimes when things seem.
Don't sabotage your rig, but
it won't be as satisfying for you anyway. But yeah, generally speaking, I would say after 3 p.m. is when I usually send out the tweet that on Tuesdays. Tuesdays after 3 p.m. Pacific time is when I send out the tweet, hey, tweet me pictures of your rig, because if I send it any earlier than that, then I have too many submissions to sort through. So bear that in mind.
Okay.
All right, and Phobos is my last donation here, $10. Thank you very much, sir. Or ma'am. Missed this #PimpMyPC tweet, but know any ARGB or addressable RGB splitters or hubs that'll work for me. I have 4 LED strips. PC is in the desk. But ROG Maximus 10 Hero only has 1 header. Would prefer to manage all of them through Aura Sync.
Okay.
That's a good question. Is there a good...
So one thing that I know when it comes to addressable RGBs, LEDs, is that it will actually determine the amount of addressable RGBs based on how many you have plugged in, and you can usually plug in multiple strips, especially if they're daisy chained together.
Yeah.
That will usually work. Beyond that, if you want a splitter or hub that you will specifically know will work with your Aura Sync, because that's the thing with RGB, is like, you can get a bunch of different RGB stuff, but if it's all sort of handled by different software, it can be difficult to get it all to sync up properly.
Have different applications.
Since you've already invested in the Asus Aura system, then you probably want their Asus Aura RGB controller.
Right.
Which I recently, yes, they have one. I recently used it in my build.
Did it just come a la carte?
Hold on, I bet I can find it. Hold on. Videos.
You're really close to 1 million subscribers, by the way.
I know, I'm so close.
Everyone go subscribe to Paul if you haven't.
The giveaway. Hold on. Here it is.
What's up, guys?
Wait. No, never mind.
PG258. That was a really cool build, by the way.
It's already put together. Yeah,
I like that build. Turned out really well.
I felt kind of like matchy with everything, but it all came together real nice. Where is it? Swift. I thought I had it in here.
P.
20 Ti Lian Li, Thor, the Swift monitor, wired mouse, flare, headset. Alright, never mind, it's not there.
Flare.
This is the giveaway video. Maybe it's in the pre... Why didn't I link the original build video in the giveaway video?
Because you suck.
I know.
Because you're a terrible YouTuber. What are you looking for? You are looking for the... Are you looking for like an Asus or a Sync controller?
Hold on. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it because I know it's there.
Is it one of these?
ROG Aura Terminal.
Oh, right.
There it is.
Yes. How did that work?
I didn't use it.
You know what's involved. Starting, of course, with this
RGB is such a pain in the ass.
I didn't need it. Okay, that was the main thing. I didn't need it, and if you can...
Yeah. So you were able to connect all the RGB devices natively to the motherboard without having to use that controller?
Yes.
How many RGB devices did you have?
Other than the
Can you use all the headers on the motherboard?
No. No, I mean I used the headers on the motherboard, but I was able to use the headers on the motherboard, and I didn't need anything else.
Okay. So there's probably 3, maybe 4 headers.
There it is. There, I found it.
What is that, a webcam? What the fuck is that?
Aura Terminal. So there it is. It actually looks pretty nice too.
Yeah, it looks clean.
It's got some brushed metal on the outside, and yeah. So you've got 5-volt headers in there, right? So you can connect multiple devices up.
Yeah, 3
and it's
pins.
compatible with the Asus ROG. That's all I showed of it. that's all I used it. Like I didn't need it for the build. Like I had enough headers on the motherboard and everything to connect everything up.
Right.
So I just didn't need it.
Yeah.
That's really what it came down to.
Yeah.
But if you needed to add more stuff and wanted it to be compatible with the Asus Aura software, that's what you should get. I guess. That's the point of all that. All right. Sorry.
Glad we got to look at it.
I got on a tangent trying to find that.
So I think we're on your donations now.
Okay.
Paul's hat.
Gulf City Truckin' Bear with the $5 donation says, I was wondering what do you think I can do to bring my AMD Athlon 2 X4 635 and my Asus M4 888 TD-V Evo USB 3 back from the dead and gaming once more.
There's a lot you could do, but it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, Gulf City Truckin' Bear, you're at a you're at an impasse there.
Go with Ryzen.
Hardware gets to a certain point where it just can't keep up anymore, and whereas I'm sure an Athlon 2 X4 635 would be perfectly adequate for certain stuff like web browsing and probably video playback and stuff like that. If you want to get into gaming, you just need a CPU that can keep up with a graphics card, and you're going to need a reasonable graphics card to play modern games, something within the past 3-4 years. X4 635 is... I don't know, when did that come out? Athlon
X30. Wait, X what?
Athlon 2 X4 635. Hold
2008.
Paste and search. We have a pass mark.
2000.
CPU World.
2009.
January 25th, 2010 was when it was launched. So you're looking at a almost 10-year CPU, and not necessarily a high-end one when it did launch. It was only $120 when it launched. So, yeah. Spend $120 on a CPU right now, and you can probably game with it. But you'll need updated memory and a motherboard as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't give you too much more advice than that. That's where you're at. Granted, I mean, there's some games you could play on that. If you want to play older games or 2D games or stuff that's not 3D rendered, I mean, you're still fine. But if you want to do anything modern, if you want to play any of the Battle Royale games or whatever, you're gonna need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Cell Processing, why are you donating $5? Cell, we tell you not to donate. He said $5 and he says, "Hi, Paul." Hi, Cell. Thanks for
You
thanks
need
for your
$5. You
donation.
need to pay $5 to tell him that.
You really don't donate.
Does he look like an expensive person?
Not at all.
To say
I'm
hi
cheap.
to?
Bazinga X, $25 donation. He says, "Congrats on soon to be dad." Thank you, Bazinga X. I kind of announced that in my recent Hawaii video. If you guys didn't watch that all the way through to the end, that was the announcement
Baby
at the
moon.
end. Yeah, that was our baby moon. My wife is very pregnant. We're due in late April.
Super pregnant.
Thank you very much for the donation. He says, "Your thoughts on the Rampage 6 Extreme Omega motherboard?" It's a really high-end Asus motherboard for high-end Intel platform.
Yeah. That's the one I'm using for Hotline, isn't it? No.
Are you? No, because you're doing
No,
you're doing
I'm doing
Z390 for
I'm
Hotline.
doing the Maximus, yeah. Rampage.
Yeah, Bazinga, I haven't looked at too many of the details of that, but, you know, Asus usually goes all out. Although now you can compare it to their Dominus Extreme, which is apparently $1,600 or $1,800.
Oh, yeah, go for that one.
So now nothing is crazy overpriced, even $400 or $500 motherboards, because it's not the Dominus Extreme, right? It's all a matter of... Yeah.
You don't need a motherboard that expensive.
Carl Hall with the $10 Canadian donation. "I was too lazy to donate on Kyle's half. Any
Wow.
plans on adding float plane streaming for awesome hardware?"
Very classic.
Not immediately. I would like to get on float plane at some point here,
You've been saying that for years.
but that's all me. It's all up to me. It's me. It's been delaying that. Have you?
You'll get there. I've streamed on Floatplane.
You've live streamed with float plane?
Yeah,
Works.
I haven't done it in a couple months, but it's. I was talking to Luke, and he said it's supposed to be even better now.
Is it integrated with
Constantly working.
with XSplit?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I'll check
They need to get that worked out.
one day.
Thank you, though, Carl. Guido Salducci with a $5 donation. "Congratulations on the pregnancy." Thank you very, very much, Guido. He says, "I'd like to point out that Guido is a very fine name for a child. It has a long history in my family." Well, Guido, since we've already told a few people, I guess we can reveal this here as well. It's a girl. So I don't
Guido.
I don't
Perfect.
know if Guido would quite
It's even better.
line up.
You can just call her Salducci.
We have gotten many suggestions
Just
though.
have to name her Salducci.
Yeah, Salducci.
Hey. Baby Salducci.
Phobos with the $10 donation. "Hey guys, sending another super chat on Paul's half because love you both and want to support you equally." Thank you very much, Phobos.
Ayo.
We very much appreciate that.
Thanks,
and
man.
The super chats are always super,
There.
including that one.
Aptly named.
Rise Space Guy with a $5 donation. "Do you guys think the performance increase from using a Samsung QVO 4TB would be worth using in RAID over a WD Black 4TB?
I think he means
I-
evil.
If you're talking about a Samsung Evo, like an SSD, yes, that would be way faster than a WD Black 4TB SSD.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a WD Black NVMe SSD, the Samsung's a little bit faster than Western Digital's.
Probably not enough to warrant
But
the
the
price.
big question there is whether you're talking about a WD Black hard drive or a WD Black.
It sounds like hard drive.
It sounds like hard drive because of the capacities he's talking about there.
Yeah. I don't even think they make a WD Black
Yeah.
SSD 4TB.
But hopefully that helps you out. Mike, again, MB67 with the $13.37 donation. He says, "Paul, congrats to you and Mrs. Paul Harbor. Thank you very much. I will convey that to her as well. Also, I enjoyed seeing your Kauai travel vlog. It makes me kind of miss living in Hawaii. Cheers." I did not know you lived in Hawaii.
That's pretty crazy.
Mike lives in San Diego right now, which is just not too shabby at all.
No.
He, if you follow him on Twitter, he posts pictures of the sunset over the ocean, and it's often quite beautiful.
I'm going to crash your pad one of these days, Mike.
That's a good idea.
Just so you know.
That's a good idea.
I'll be there.
Our
Climb
San
to you
Diego
later.
trips can get out of hand, though, so just
Be
forewarned. Be forewarned.
We're coming for you.
Juan Caro with the $10 donation says, "Congratulations, Papa Paul." Thank you very much, Juan.
Papa Paul.
I am absolutely,
Daddy Paul.
I am completely
I
happen.
realized that was the direction it was headed.
So
You're just terrible.
I was gonna. Okay.
You'll be
I'm
fine.
so afraid.
You have the community to support
yes.
you.
Everyone,
They'll help raise your child. Oh
everyone's
God.
help.
The internet will raise your baby. Kill me now.
Oh, Guaco Gaming, $10 donation. Is it worth it to buy Ryzen 2000 CPU series right now, or wait for the Ryzen 3000 series?
I'm gonna pay.
Oh, Guaco, yes, go ahead. That's tough to say. Chances are we've got at least 4 months before the 3000 series comes out. Oh, that was beautiful. So if you need a computer right now, then go for the Ryzen 2000 series. If you feel you can wait, then till June or July, then wait. I hope that helps. Chris W, $5 donation, says, long live Lyle. I don't think Lyle is going anywhere anytime soon, so Lyle shall live on. Trust me. Stephen Bolton, $5 donation. Hey guys, I have two 2080s and NVLink. It doesn't look like NVIDIA is going to optimize it for games. Should I sell them for a 2080 Ti? If you want more graphics performance, yes. Yeah. Just... like, in certain situations, two 2080s in an optimized game would probably outperform a 2080 Ti, but how many optimized games are you going to find for two-way SLI even? Not very many. So, yeah, you'd be in a better situation with a single 2080 Ti, even with the ridiculous price of it versus two 2080s. Des Jones with a $10 donation. Here's some green for you guys. Kyle, I got your back. Pray you get your justice. I think Kyle has had a good amount of justice so far. Things have fortunately gone fairly positively since the initial disappointment of the strike and everything. So thank you, Des Jones, and we'll keep things positive. Gabriel Greer with the $5 donation. Debating getting a 2080 Ti or a 2080. I have a 1080 right now. I have a 1440p 144 hertz monitor. Found a used 2080 for $700, which seems like a good deal. Is it worth it? Can you get new 2080s for $700? That seems... I thought that was the case. I mean, a 2080 Ti is such a big bump in price. You're talking another $300 to $500 depending on what 2080 you're looking at. So I'd say, yeah, 2080 would be a more reasonable upgrade for you. I mean, looking at the 2080 Ti is always tantalizing, but, especially since you're upgrading from a 1080. What I feel bad about is the people who are considering upgrading from a 1080 Ti to a 2080, considering you're going from 11 gigs of memory down to 8 gigs, which
that does suck.
Which kind of sucks. But you shouldn't. That's a side grade anyway. Gabriel, I hope that helps. Gerald with a $50 donation. Thank you, Gerald.
Heyo.
Kyle, sadly, your store is out of stock of XL heavy sweatshirts, and I missed your half of the show.
I'll have to restock those.
So here's the money I'm giving to Paul to give to you. Gerald, thank you for the money. I'm not giving it to Kyle.
That's not how it works.
I appreciate you guys and the hard-ass work you put in. Do what you do. Cheers, fellas. Gerald, I'm going to do this slowly so Kyle can pour his beer. Cheers, right back at you. What are you...
You can't cheers on a cup that empty.
Oh, okay.
And I'm driving, so you have to help me.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Gerald.
Thanks for giving Paul my money. Appreciate it.
James Brule with a $10 donation. I have a GTX 1060 6 gig. I'm wanting to upgrade. Can you give me a recommendation for a budget? I was thinking a 2060. All right, James. A 2060 will cost you $350. And if you're going to spend $350 on a graphics card, that's what you should get.
Yeah. Good call. I would agree. Best bang for the buck right there.
There's not a whole lot of debate in that area right now.
It's like the new 70 XX70 card.
It's going to significantly significantly is a relative term, but it's going to outperform an RX 590 or the best you can get on the AMD side.
Oh yeah.
For the money, you're not going to beat it with a Vega 56 or 64.
And you're equipped for like 1440p gaming.
Yeah.
Right
So that's what you should go for. If you're going to do anything, James, maybe wait for like just
a sign.
a few days.
Oh. wait for a few days.
I mean,
Do you know something we don't, Paul?
No, I'm not. I don't know anything, and
Huh.
this is completely arbitrary and not associated with anything. But James, if you're gonna do anything when it comes to assessing your purchase right now, maybe just think on it for a few days.
Oddly suspicious of you right now. I think we all are.
And even after a few days, there's a very good chance you'll come to the same conclusion. I'm just saying, give it a few days and maybe more shit will come to light.
No
shit.
comment.
That's all I'm saying.
all
Oscar A with a $5 donation. Eli, the computer guy, makes it a point for content creators to move away from YouTube as a platform. How do you feel about creating your own platform? Oscar, the closest to that we have is Floatplane right now. Kyle's currently involved with that. I am in favor of there being alternatives to YouTube because I don't think there should be a single source of video content. I don't think Amazon should be the single source of buying stuff online.
It's a monopoly. It's not good.
You know, there needs to be diversity in that. And there needs to be competition. So I am all in favor of that. I don't have any plans or in the future or immediate future to completely abandon YouTube.
No.
I would be okay to diversify and post content on multiple platforms.
Why not both? Alternatives are good.
But I completely, although I don't know all of the details, I sympathize and understand Eli's stance on deciding that he doesn't want to deal with YouTube anymore. Because when you're burned by a platform, it's hard to regain that trust.
And you know, when the Lyle Verge video got taken down, it was still up on Floatplane.
There you go.
You could still watch it if you were a Floatplane subscriber.
Well, that's where
They're clear as
if
day.
you want freedom.
Fucking freedom. That should be their slogan.
Jativnin or Wolfmus with a $25 donation. Kyle, your How to Build a PC video was the main inspiration for me ever building a PC, as bad as it turned out. LOL. Just replied to your tweet with it.
Is that my fault that it turned out bad?
Thank you. No, he said LOL. So,
Sorry.
Thank you for all you do and congrats on the new home.
Thank you very much. I can't wait to share it with you guys in a future vlog. Or actually, several vlogs.
I'm curious. I want to.
Yeah, it's weird that you haven't been there yet.
When do I get to stop by?
Next week.
Okay. Let me know.
We'll be streaming from my
It's not
place.
too far. Did you come here from there today?
No, I went to my grandparents' place first.
Okay.
I had to pick up some stuff, but so
For yourself,
I can't tell you.
what
I can
kind
tell you
of,
on the way home
All right.
tonight how long it takes me to get there. Yeah,
I have to figure that out.
new route.
Daniel G, $13.37 with the elite donation. I had super chat more, but just sent $100 to the EFF for something positive. That's another
Nice.
really, really solid charity donation. EFF. It's good. It's good. Thank you, Daniel. And I'm very glad that you had $13.37 left over after your $100 donation.
To give to us.
Good on you, though, sir. I hope you also tweeted that out to Gamers Nexus with the something positive hashtag.
Hell yeah.
I fly by you with $5 donation. Front mount or top mount 360 all-in-one and a Fractal R6, which would be more efficient?
Front.
Kyle says front.
I say front.
Kyle says front.
Front. I've done the testing.
If you put it in front, you will have a cooler CPU and a warmer GPU. If you put it in top, you'll probably have a cooler GPU and a warmer CPU.
But you'll have a hotter CPU if you mount it to the top, because your GPU will exhaust, unless you have an enclosed shroud GPU, it'll exhaust more hot air into your case than a CPU radiator will.
That's what I just said. I said if you put it in top, your CPU will be warmer.
Right, but I'm saying the degree of how much warmer it will be greater with hot air ejected from your GPU than hot air ejected from your CPU's AIO radiator. Therefore, mounting it to the front.
I don't know that that can be stated universally. Because
at least in
I think if you have an equivalent amount of heat being generated by your CPU and your GPU in both situations, the question would be how much is the higher running temperature going to affect your CPU versus your GPU, And I think in some situations, granted, it's going to depend on the case, depend on the game you're playing, depend on the test that you're running, depending on your airflow, ambient temperature, lots of different factors. But I think that a higher temperature on your GPU would cause it to throttle more versus a higher temperature on your CPU, because higher CPUs tend to be able to maintain their frequency at temperatures going up to like 90 degrees. It, again, depends on the situation. So,
well, the example you just said is you said assuming that CPU and GPU are pumping out the same amount of heat. And in that case, yeah, I would agree with you.
not the same amount of heat, but a fixed amount of heat.
I've just found that your GPU radiates a lot more heat in your case than what I felt coming off of like an overclocked 8700K off of a 240 millimeter radiator, where there's a significantly more amount of heat that your GPU is putting out on like a semi open shroud card than your CPU radiator is. Your CPU's AIO radiator. That's just my experience though.
So what I would say for iFly by you, you're asking about efficiency. I don't think that 360 millimeter radiator is any more efficient installed in the front or installed in the top. It's a matter of how it affects the ambient temperature and the temperature of the other components in your computer, and how it affects their performance as you're doing what you want to do. Which is why I have said, because I answered a very similar question to this in my Q&A video last month, that the only way you can actually determine is to test it for yourself in your own specific environment, doing what you're doing with it.
That never hurts. Yeah.
So sometimes you might have a better setup in the front. Sometimes you might have a better setup in the top.
I'm only speaking from personal experience, not like universal. This is how it is. I'm just saying, from the testing I've done, it makes more sense to put your CPU's AIO radiator at the front. But that's not a blanket statement. So, like Paul said, test it for yourself. Every system's different.
Okay. Zero Chance with the $20 donation. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys back. Have some beer or whatever you want on me. Thanks. And thanks for answering my previous super chats. You're very welcome. Cheers. JD with a $10 donation. What up, fellas? Yeah, you're right. Kyle, sorry you went through that shit, but it's sort of funny. Paul had your back too.
Sort of funny. It was.
I've never seen Paul mad, but in his video he was upset. What a pal. But it all ended well. Yeah, I could get more angry, but you know.
Oh yeah. That was pretty
save that.
Tame, Paul standards. You haven't seen him like I've seen it. You can really fly. It's because
Kyle knew me back when I worked at Newegg, and then I would just get mad on a regular basis.
Because you worked for a corporation.
Because I worked at a regular 9-to-5 job.
Because you worked for like a Verge type company.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, thank you, JD, and
bad old days.
I was happy to see people.
Yeah, everyone
getting Kyle's back. There were quite a few people who posted about it, so that was
really
cool.
Awesome.
Jay Bell with the $10 donation. My wife broke my new mug I bought from Kyle that I use every day.
No.
That's so sad.
No.
But I just ordered me a new one. Oh, that's good.
We should start offering mug insurance, or wife insurance on our stores.
It's a good idea.
Wife insurance is...
wanted to thank her and ask if you can thank her for her support of the channel. She's the real MVP. Oh, his wife... but she... All right, so his wife broke the mug, and then she ordered him a new one. A new one. So the... Jay's wife, well done. You are the MVP. Thank you for replacing Jay's mug that you broke. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, and you should get one for yourself as well.
Yes.
That's my thought.
Everyone should.
JD with another $10 donation. Need to upgrade my S340 Elite case. I want more airflow. Was looking at the Lane Cool 1, the Mesh 5C, and the NZXT H700. Congrats on the baby, Paul. That will arrive. What will arrive first, your baby or the HTPC? JK, much love. JD, I will have an update video on the HTPC before the baby, but I cannot promise that the HTPC will be finished before the baby.
Which one will be birthed first?
The baby. The baby. I mean, what? It's the phrasing is difficult to parse there.
You don't have to answer that.
Thank you though, JD, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it with only a slight amount of fear. Knuckin' Futz, $5 donation. New merch. Patiently waiting for an exclusive Awesome Hardware Magical Wireless Anti-Static Cancer Awareness Band. Sponsored by Capital One.
Yes.
We could potentially do the tech YouTuber coordinated harassment brigade. Wasn't that one? Tech YouTuber coordinated harassment brigade.
Yeah. We're coming for
only
ya.
to be activated in the most dire of circumstances, of course.
Don't press the red button.
Yeah. So we'll need to get some designs together for that.
That's when we
All right.
touch our fingers.
Guys, thank you all. Apparently we had more donations potentially, but we had to cut them off because, like, honestly, we've already gone way
there's so
longer
many.
than intended.
Yeah.
So Cell closed them off. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch more. Thank you guys all for your additional donations. I'm not going to read the comments, but
just
Marcus
the names.
Sarmiento, Funtime Network, Zabunga Alahunga, JJ5Cool1, Quood, Anarchangel 7, David Hart, Bazinga X yet again, William Henning, and Gene Heptenstall. Thank you all for your additional donations.
You guys rock.
We would normally do an after party right now, but honestly,
We covered it.
we've already done what we usually do in the after party,
Word.
and so we don't have anything left to do. So we are just going to go directly to the wait, are we do we have a
Woo.
maybe see Cell probably didn't know that we were going to skip the after party part. So this is oh no, Barnacles. We're raiding
Are we getting rating?
Barnacles.
Oh, we're rating Barnacles. Cool.
Everyone go raid Jerry. Twitch.tv/Barnacles. So if you're watching live, twitch.tv/Barnacles.
Raid the shit out of Jerry.
Jerry's live.
Give him
We're gonna-
hell.
we're
Give him a
gonna
bunch of
say hi to
shit.
him.
him
He's
shit
awesome.
for us.
We love Jerry. Tell him we said hi. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Awesome Hardware.
Wait,
We'll be-
Johnson's. You fucker.
Oh, Johnson's. My God. My God, I'm so horrible at this. Johnson's.
What would you do without me?
I wouldn't forget
I
Johnson's.
almost forgot too.
Ty P from New York. Thank you. And Johnson for you for getting the Thumbscrew Navy Blue t-shirt.
You just go on the list. I'm going to type mine up.
Okay, we got Ian C from Vermont. Got the Zero Insertion Force. Oh, the 15-ounce mug. The bigger one. That's a good one. It's a very good one. Mel K or Brendan K. Either of you from San Diego. The 20-ounce pub glass and the RoboLove gaming desk mat. Solid choices. Johnson for you. Ricardo V from Illinois. Got the beer set, 2 glasses and the opener, which is a great deal. Great deal. You get everything you need to drink beer.
That's a lot.
Johnson for you, sir. Ethan P from Texas got the keycap, thumbscrew keycap. Johnson for you, Ethan. Back button not working on my mouse. Jeffrey R from New Jersey, Joyzy, got the Star Wars RGB everything. Awesome hardware, 15-ounce mug. Also a great choice. Ryan C from Virginia got the desk mat, the thumbscrew gaming desk mat. I hope you game much on that and vanquish your enemies. And finally, Gerald B from where is that? It's not. Minnesota. I'm sorry, Minnesota. I was looking at this. That was weird. Gerald B from Minnesota got the black logo, gray zipper, hooded sweatshirt, which is that's actually very similar to what I'm wearing right now. Right there.
Just above
good.
your left nipple.
This is a very good sweatshirt. It's soft. It
Looks cozy, but not too warm
keeps you warm. Yeah.
in the winter months.
Don't want to get sweaty.
All right.
All right.
I've got
Kyle?
a few to rattle off here. We don't have time to mention what you guys bought, so I'm just gonna list the names, and I don't want to give away your full first and last name, so I'm just gonna make up your last name starting with the letter of your last name. So Amanda B is Natch. Thank you very much. I don't know if this is a real name. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Otheone Purd. Otheone Purd. Seth Ruben, my man, Ruben.
Ruben.
Chris Snap. May Crazy with a K. May Crazy with a K. Marco Friggensnagler. Matthew Legarvergand.
Whoa.
Jeremy Knoll.
Canola.
It's a KN name. Knolled. Michael C. Hall. That's an actual actor's name. But your last name starts with a C, so I just felt it befitting. Ethan Perfreganik. And Sean Hidal.
Hidal.
Sean H. Hidal. Thank you all so much for purchasing things from my store. And that concludes this episode.
You guys are great. Everyone go raid Jerry, twitch.tv/Barnacles. Barnacules, a.k.a. Thanks, Sel, again for being our moderator this week.
Thanks,
Hit the
Sel.
thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. We'll be back next week with more awesome hardware.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.